Hail friends, I am over in the beautiful Lake of Ill Omen, finally getting a crack at the Bloodgill camp. I've been here for about an hour or so. I've had some ups, I've had some downs. Circle in number 8, that's where I'm fishing the Bloodgills out. Pulling them to that little spot I've circled in red, that's where I'm actually killing them at. And so far, one, I've got my dear friend, I'm going to name him Barracuda Bob, highlighted. He has been a thorn in my side. He has straight up bit me in the ass more times than I care to count, and has made this an overall unpleasant experience for me. So the first spot I want to go to is over here, and we're just going to kind of bob up and down to the water here a little bit. And you see we've got two beautiful Bloodgills down there. So we're going to go ahead and try to throw a snare in. And we've got to resist. Cool. Well, at least they'll get to shore faster. And then we just run over here, and there will be another set of them. And I like these two sets the best because it's so much easier to actually aggro both of them. And we're going to go over here. Got a nice fizzle. So we've got one snared. And now we just pull them back to shore. So, when we talk about this camp, I definitely rank this as what I would call a medium difficulty camp. It's not hard, but the underwater component makes it kind of have some downsides for sure. Let's start snaring our buddies. Go. We've got one more snared. Yes. Perfect. So, a little bit closer than I'd like to have been to him, but whatever. And there's his other friends. So we've got 4 out, which I'm not going to lie, I've had difficulty actually fishing 4 out of here sometimes. There's been a lot of tri-kites rather than quad kites. And that's a lot of because, those two that you get from over in this area and over in that area, they definitely come together as a group pretty well. Some of the other ones don't really chain aggro well. So, like, you have to basically sit in the water and try to hit both of them with a spell, which results in, potential bad times and whatnot. So, I will say a couple of things also come into play here. One, the zone experience modifier is a little bit lower for Lake of Ill Omen than other places. Um, the loot off of these guys is not as good as some of the other camps I've been to. The dwarves and specters come to mind. The specters, I was definitely coming out like a bandit. Dwarves, not so much. But the one thing I will say, though, for sure, that is not the right spell. They have less hit points. You can see there my lightning strike, of course, the one that I have targeted resisted it 100%. I do see a pretty good bit of resist here. Honestly, ain't gonna lie. But anyways, yeah. Oh my god, he resisted twice. Seriously, you bag of dicks. Trying to make a damn YouTube video and you are not cooperating with me. Try this again. God, I've got another resist in there. So anyways, when they don't resist, you knock them down, 14% of their life. But at level 45, well, they will resist you. That's all I'm going to say. Now, interestingly enough, every other time I've done this, I haven't had all these issues with them resisting. So, look at that. Another one. I have never seen them resist so much. It's like, I'm starting to think somebody gave them, like, resist fire or some shit. There we go, that's better. But, yeah, I mean, ultimately, when it all comes down to it, I feel like as far as danger goes, this is a little bit more dangerous. I kind of, when I first started, I was having a lot of issues with casting the first thing I noted was you have to actually swim down into the water a little bit to cast. Like, it'll let you start casting and then pull some crap like, oh, hey, you're out of range. And that's no fun. So, like, at first I was thinking, like, maybe they had nerfed him or something, you know, to prevent you from pulling him out of the water. But ultimately, it was just me not ever fighting something in the water. That's kind of the issue. Alright, jackasses. Alright, so our friend that doesn't resist. Very dead. Go. And this should finish off this kite. Oh my god, there's one still kicking. That took... Normally I'm finishing this with about 40% mana, so that was definitely what I like to call the YouTube curse. I've seen a lot of people seem to have this issue too. They'll go record a video and then YouTube gods like smite them and whatnot. So anyways, yeah, now I will say I do get a lot of pages and whatnot off of these. That's nice. But yeah, ultimately, my 2 cents, there are probably easier camps available. You know, yeah, you may have to cast Lightning Strike a time or two more, but, you know, ultimately, when I factor in, like, the fact I've nearly been murdered by a Barracuda, the fact I've also almost been murdered by the goblins once trying to, like, double snare a couple of times, uh, yeah, it just doesn't come as one of those, feel goody easy camps to me, at least. That being said, though, when they're not resisting every cast like mine were, they don't have that many hit points, so they die pretty quick. They're high level. I think you could safely kill these into your 50s if you can actually get the camp. That's the other thing. I don't know if I kind of went into that, but it's very highly contested. There's many a times when I was trying to make this video, I would come all the way out here and be like, oh, look, there's like 2 necromancers anon down there just slaughtering all of them. So, um, I think I made like 4 or 5 trips out here, I'm not gonna lie, before I found the camp. It is a Monday morning at 3 o'clock. So I'm having to do things like that, you know, showing up super early to even get the camp when, you know, most normal people are like still asleep. So yeah, just something to think about there as a druid, especially. I can pop into Fearot, I can pop into Butcher Block. I immediately have access to, you know, 3 or 4 camps there. So even Oasis, South Row's not that far. Ocean of Tears, a little yeah, Ocean of Tears kind of sucks because you got to wait on the boat. But yeah, ultimately, in my humble opinion, if you're quad cutting at this level as a druid, this is definitely an option. I don't think it's the best money. I don't think it's the best experience per hour either. Mostly because, like, what you witnessed was an example of it all going well. You come over here, you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. Sometimes you don't get 4 of them very easily, and it does not go well. And when that happens, you end up wasting a lot of your time, ultimately, trying to contend with, oh, well, shit, I only got 3, or, oh, damn, I only got 2, or whatever the case may be. So, my humble opinion, if you want better experience and better money, go kill you some specters. That being said, folks, appreciate the love and support. Definitely appreciate the suggestion to check these out, even though it didn't quite end up being what I hoped it would be. It was still a fun thing to try. Um, and yeah, folks, if you've got other locations you think I should go try out, by all means, leave me a comment. I'll go try them. I'm crazy enough to try about anything. So, yeah. All right, folks. With that being said, thanks again. Appreciate the love and support. Enjoy the rest of your day.